live. Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome to the stream. You can see I look a little different today. So, we're just going to keep working on this painting here. Doing the detail work on these two apartment buildings. And I'm going to try not to sweat my ass off in this jacket because it does not breathe at all. At some point I'm pretty sure I'll unzip it and that'll give me some relief. But happy Halloween. Hope you enjoy the stream. Let's get to it. So like most days, I'm gonna move the camera over here so you get a little closer view as to what we're doing. We had the farther view today because I wanted to show off my costume. So I'm gonna bring you guys more up close, like so. Let's get that steady, and yeah, that's good. That's good. You'll be able to see what I'm doing from there. And this is gonna take some getting used to. I do this every single year, but this old baby face thing going on is anyway. So now that we've done that, let's get our palette together and our paints. There we go, get some white paint here. And we could use a little more blue. Little blue tube here. And let's see, got some yellow. Actually, is this yellow still wet? It is still wet, so we don't need to get more yellow or red. We will need more black paint though. We're gonna need a lot more black paint. So, but yeah, hope you all are having a fantastic Halloween so far. Feel free to drop in the chat what your plans are for tonight, if you're going to a Halloween party, or if you're going trick-or-treating, or if you're handing out treats to neighborhood kids. I remember one year, years ago, before I would dress up like Thriller, I dressed up as a zombie scarecrow when I was still in university, and sat outside our house, scared all the kids that came up. Well, not all of them. You have to keep it, suspenseful. So some of them I just let pass by me. And the first little kid that came up, I felt really bad because I was sitting in the chair and then I just jumped up, and the kid started crying. But then 2 seconds later, once he realized that I wasn't a threat, he started laughing, and he was saying like, oh, he really got me, didn't he, Daddy? And the parents were like, yes, he did. But what made me feel really good was, as the parents were walking away, I could hear the one dad saying to his wife, like, man, that guy was really good. I didn't know if he was real or not. So that made me feel good. Yeah, that was a fun Christmas. That was a fun Halloween. I don't typically dress up for Christmas. Alright, so we got our paints together. Let me just, excuse me for a minute. I'm just going to pull up my reference images again. So just bear with me. Oh, that's not the folder they're in. Come on now. There we go. The new computer is still on its way, so hopefully it gets here soon and we can have more fun streaming with OBS, and I can like respond more readily in real time because I'll actually get alerts. I don't get alerts on this app, unfortunately. I still can't figure out why. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but that's okay. Soon enough, we won't have to worry about it. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right. All right, now let me grab my paintbrush. And we will get to it. What's happening, Jake from the woods? All right, let me just re-stretch this. There. Now the canvas is a little bit tighter where we're going to be painting, and that'll make it a little easier to work with. Okay, so we laid out our groundwork. Like these are our balconies. This is going to be our first set of windows, just like this. This is going to be our second set of windows, the bathroom windows like that, and then these are the staircase windows, and we have the same layout here too. So now it's just a matter of putting all of this together, throwing it all in there. So let's get to it. Right now I'm just mixing the black, white, and a little bit of blue together to get a nice dark gray. Just like so. Try to get as much excess paint off my brush as possible, like that. And we'll go in and we'll start laying out these balconies. Just like so. And just like this one here, we do have to be cognizant of the actual perspective in each balcony. Like there's going to be side walls, and then there's going to be like a backdrop, so we got to throw all that in. You got to be consistent. So right now, I'm just kind of blocking all that in. All right. I'll add some white to that. There we go. And throw that in like so. And remember, we also have to do the actual front of the balcony. You know, the actual barrier that keeps you from falling out of it. That would be helpful to throw in. Yeah, I hope you all have some fun Halloween plans. We had our little Halloween get together last night, so this is the second day that I'm wearing this jacket, this whole outfit. All right. So we got all of that in there. So let's actually get some like black paint, like real dark black, and put in this background. Just like so. That looks good to me. There's a little part of that did go over the edge, so we're just gonna blend that in like so. There we go. And let's blend this corner with this side wall a bit better. There we go. And that looks pretty good. I am going to darken it up a bit because again, this is further back, so you're going to see less and less detail. So I think I should darken this up a bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to do the same thing, going down. Yeah, we're basically doing the same thing as we did here, in terms of the construction of this space. All right, there we go. And we'll put in a little bit of a lighter color there just to show that there's a ceiling in there. Then we'll do the side wall again, like we did last time. And then we'll put in our black. I don't want to take too much attention away from this particular building, so I think for this apartment, we're not going to have nearly as many lights on. It's going to be mostly dark. That's the plan. There we go. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We're gonna make that a little bit darker again. There we go. Now we are 15 minutes into the stream, and already, like, I have to unbutton and unzip this jacket because it is toasty. Yeah, that's better. All right. So let's get back in here. Yeah, like I said, a lot of these spaces are actually going to be left dark. Because I don't want to draw too much attention away from this. So I think we might have a light on down here. Maybe a very soft light in this balcony, and then like one here, and that'll be it. The rest of these will be dark. There we go. And make that a little lighter for the balcony in the foreground. The actual balcony railing. Like so. Then we'll do this side wall again. There we go. Yeah, looking pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, Jake from the Woods, I appreciate the lurk. Appreciate you checking out the stream. And I'm sorry I missed your stream yesterday, actually. I noticed that it was on, but my girlfriend was taking an exam, an online exam, and I didn't want to run the risk of using too much bandwidth. We probably wouldn't have run out of bandwidth. Like, we should have been fine, especially with our new internet, but I wanted to err on the side of caution. So at some point today, I'm going to watch the replay. See what went down. But yeah, I hope it went well. Okay, and move on to this one. Oh, that's right. I was gonna put like a soft light in there, wasn't I? Like someone watching TV. So let's do that now. Let's get some blue together and some of that black and white. Very, very soft light. Very, very soft light. Just like so. You know, like they've got a TV on in there or something. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll darken up this edge a little bit. Coming this way. Just like so. And then just like we did over here, we'll put a nice dark frame around the light to signify the doorway. Like so, and then pick a spot for the center line. There we go. Just like so. That looks pretty good. I'll bring you guys in so you can have a slightly better look at that. But yeah, just like we did with these balconies over here. Same concept, just a little bit further away. So we'll rest you back there. And we'll keep on moving on down. First, I am going to wash off my brush though, because there is a little too much blue in it. So. I'm just gonna reintroduce some white paint and some black paint to this mix here. Sort of reinvigorate it. And get back to it. There we go. Get that together, and there was a loose bristle on my brush, so we just got rid of that. And we just come across. And with these balconies, the one thing you want to do if you're doing the same is you do want to follow as close as you can the actual perspective line, you know, to keep things consistent. You don't want a wildly like diagonal line for the balcony that doesn't match up with the actual perspective. Again, unless that's what you're going for. If you're going for more of a surrealist, like skewed perspective, then that strategy works just fine. But if you're looking to do something a little bit more realistic, you want to make sure that you keep all the parallel lines as consistent with the horizon line and perspective as possible. Otherwise, things will look off. There we go. And sort of bring that in there like so, and we'll go back over it with some black, sort of blend it out. Beautiful. It's exactly the look I was going for. Cool. Okay, and yeah, this is looking good, so we're just gonna keep it going. So we'll put in this ceiling again, which will be made darker in just a second. There we go. Just come down and fill in that space with some of this black. And then we come to the balcony part again, the front of the balcony, the railing. We'll just paint that in really quickly. You'll notice so far, again, because it's a smaller space that we're working with, but this is going a lot quicker because we're not focusing so much on detail as we were on this one. You know, at this distance already, we're just kind of dealing with the basic shapes. And then we'll throw in the sidewall here. So we'll get some of this lighter paint, put that in. Like so. And then we'll go back in with the black and sort of blend that together. Just like that. Beautiful. And I'm just, yeah. Forgive me when I get in the way there. I'm just sort of like blocking the light, because from my angle here, like the light is kind of causing a little bit of glare. But if I come here and look at the painting, it blocks out the glare and I can make sure that I'm doing what it is that I want to do. All right, so we're going to put a light in this one. These two are going to be dark, and then the one below is going to be dark. All of these ones are going to be dark, I think. Yeah, because I mean, that building's there anyway, so what's the point? But I will be right back. I am just going to get a drink of water because it is very dry in this room. There's going to be a loud bang because our door to this room sticks, so don't worry. Nothing fell over or nothing. I will be right back. There we go. All right, we are back. So let's get back to painting these balconies, shall we? All right. So again, so this one I'm going to throw in the sidewall first, change the pace. Why not? Be a little bit different. There we go. And then we'll put in the balcony. Balcony railing. Just like so. Just going to make sure that that matches up. All right. And we come back in. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll paint the ceiling of this particular cell. Then we're going with some black, some like dark black, and we'll do all the shadow part. Simple as that. Just like so. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Yes. Good. All right. Now, let's I've got a kneeling blanket this time because I forgot the pillow, but this blanket's in here, so I'm gonna come down and work on these final two. Ooh. So what do we want to start with? Let's do the ceiling first, I think. Sort of lay that in. And we'll do the balcony railing. Just like so. There we go. Then we'll do the side wall, because this one, again, remember, is going to have a light in the apartment. So. There we go. Beautiful. And I may want to darken that up just a little bit. Might be a little too bright on that side wall. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now we're going to throw in our light. So we'll grab some yellow and some red. Make kind of a dark orange. And then we'll add white to it. And hopefully that gives us a nice brownish, reddish color to work with. And just keep working it until we get the color that we want. Because I'm not quite there yet. I think there might be too much black in the brush, so I'm gonna just go wash that real quick. And I'm gonna grab a piece of candy while I'm up. Just we went to Bulk Barn yesterday to get some candy for last night's party, and realized that they're phasing out all the Halloween candy for Christmas candy, which, you know, makes sense, I suppose. But the bright side is they did have Christmas satin mix, which is my second favorite candy altogether, and my second favorite, like, specifically holiday candy. My favorite being cinnamon hearts, which comes out around Valentine's. But yeah, Christmas satin mix is delicious. It's all different flavors, and it's just wonderful. So yeah, I picked up some of that, and yeah, my dentist will not be happy with me the amount that I eat of that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna start putting in the light in this apartment. So let's start here. And then we'll slowly phase in some black. Make it a little bit darker out toward the edges. Make sure that that's fairly square. And it is, which is good. So we just fill that in. Like so. And then we'll add a little bit more white to that. We're going over our balcony a little bit. We're gonna have to repaint that. That's okay. There we go, nice. nice warm light coming out of that apartment. And then, like I said, we'll clean up this front balcony, just like so. Yeah. Just like so. And then we'll match up that center line, the one up there, like that. And I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. Thank you, Ulrich. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. So, let me bring you guys in again, just a little closer so you can see what it is that we did there. So we just filled in that apartment square there with some light, just to give a little extra contrast. Yeah. And we are going to fix up one of these edges. I just realized I was a little bit off on it. There we go, that's better. And now we just have this this one to go on, so we're gonna get our same colors together to make that gray. And we'll come down here and, ooh, that's really light. Turned out to be a much lighter color than I was expecting, but that's alright, we'll put it in here. Because this side wall is where we want that lighter color. And then we'll just go in and make it a bit darker to add for the rest of the little cell. But I appreciate that. How's your day going? Darken that up a bit. How was that? Go darker still. Ooh, nice, nice, very nice. What type of painting is it? And like, how big is it? And we'll just throw in the front of the balcony here, the balcony railing, just like so. There we are. And then we'll come down here and we'll start doing stuff on this apartment block that's going to be obscured by trees. So we don't have to do too much detail work, because it's going to largely be covered by trees. But it still pays to do these little details just to differentiate. Ooh, nice, nice. I like abstract impressionism. Who's the artist? There we go. Just, yeah, throwing in a little bit of a... Oh, okay. I'll have to look up their work. But yeah, that's good. That's good that that you got a painting that is gonna fit the space like you want it. It's always a nice feeling when you get something that just hits you in a certain way and like just fits what it is that you want to do with the space. That's awesome. Oh, hold on. I might have to go on to my I have to go into my MooBot thing and allow links. So let me fix that real quick because I do want to see this painting. Hopefully hopefully the stream doesn't lag while I fix this, but I don't think it will. But let me just fix this real quick. There you go. If you wanted to send that link for that painting again, it should let you now because I turned off the settings that disallow links. Huh, that's weird. That's weird, because I'm imagining you're trying to link the painting, but for some reason the chat won't let you. Like I allowed links to be posted. Oh, okay. Let me I didn't know whispers were a thing. Let's check that out. No, that's no problem at all. No problem at all. Okay, let's check this thing out. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. You weren't kidding about the warm colors. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's a really nice painting. Let me, I'm just gonna bring my computer around to show. That's, my computer screen is not the greatest, but that is a nice painting. Yeah, I will definitely have to check out this artist and look at some more of their stuff. Very nice. I mean, hey, that's a really nice thing, because you know, there's a lot of people who, you know, think that they don't like art, and I think it's because they haven't seen something that really speaks to them, right? So that's good that you found something that really spoke to you and that you really wanted. Nice. Nice. It's a nice feeling getting an original work. I have a couple of them. I haven't been able to move them into the space I'm in now yet, but okay. So now, with this side of the balconies done, we're gonna move on to this right side, in this very, very limited space that we have. Again, not going to do too much. Basically just going to throw in the angle for the sidewall, and for where the balcony is, I just throw some of that in there. And that's really all, that's about it that we're going to do for these tiny little spaces here. We don't want to do too much because it can take away from like distract us from other parts of the painting that have a little bit more going on, and like it'll distract it from, like, in a bad way. So we're not going to do, like I said, we're not going to do too much with these spaces. Just very quickly block in some colors. Just like so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, painting is fun. I enjoy it. It's very freeing. You can do so much with just a little bit of paint. It's nice. So I encourage you to get a paint set. I don't know. I find it a really enjoyable process, and yeah, that's cool that you yeah, watching streams like this got you interested. That's my hope with, like, the streams that I'm doing, that it gets people into art a little bit more, into maybe painting themselves, you know. That's my hope. Just because I think it's really cool to sort of unleash your creative side. That sounds corny, but I mean, it's true. It's true. It's really nice to be able to just pick something up and express yourself with it. That's fair. That's fair. I can understand that. Like, starting out painting too can be does it settle my mind while I'm painting? Yeah. I find it does. It gives me something to focus on, and even if I'm not like particularly focusing hard, you know, it allows me to think about other stuff that I enjoy. Like if I'm painting by myself and I'll have like headphones in, listening to a podcast or music, you know, I do find that it has a calming effect. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. And when I was a kid, like I was thankfully, like I had friends when I was in elementary school and high school, and they were close friends, and I remain friends with them to this day. But also, like I kind of felt a little bit like I was different, like I was not outcast, but just I felt like I was different. And drawing and paint, well, actually painting not so much because I didn't paint when I was in elementary and high school. But drawing and doodling and like, you know, coming up with ideas, like, you know, just in your notebook, you know, the cliche thing, like it was very freeing, you know, and I always enjoyed it for that reason. But yeah, it's most definitely therapeutic. But yeah, as a kid, like I just had so many ideas running through my head for things to do, and I still do. And it allows you a way to like get those thoughts out of your head and actually onto something tangible, you know. I find the process really fascinating for that too, because it's like I have this idea and I want to express it, and it allows you a vehicle to do so. All right, so I'm just gonna do that. And we're just working our way down, just doing these small little interior details. Again, nothing too fancy because it's a very small space. Just enough to let you know what's going on in the space. That's fair. But hopefully you get a chance to sort of get that feeling back. It can be harder the older you get, but hopefully you'll be able to recapture it. I've done that myself, don't worry. Yeah, I've done that too. Okay, so I think, excuse my back again, I'm just gonna check and make sure that that looks okay. And for the purposes of what we're doing right now, that does. I'm gonna move on to this side here now, but I might come back and just touch that up a little bit, but just some of this paint's a little too tacky to do too much with right now, so I'm just gonna leave it for the time being, and we'll move on to this building. And first things first, I'm going to lay down our really dark black over this and this, or sorry, this and this and this line here, just to get that going. And we're about an hour in, and we're making good progress because you remember the first couple of series where we're working on this painting. It took us a couple of streams to like do this whole thing, and now we've got one completely done, so it's nice. Actually, I gotta clean off this brush first because there's a few too many other colors in it. I mean, just you look at in terms of like just odds and percentage, like there's got to be someone in there having a fight. Yeah. But that's a big concept in the series that I'm working on in conjunction with this one. Like this is, I've titled this series Tracking, but I'm also working on another one that deals a lot with that concept of like, you know, people, you look at other people and you realize like their lives are just as complex and just as, you know, just as interesting as yours might be. You know, and most likely you'll never get to see that complexity of their life, just because like there's so many people, right? But every once and again we'll get glimpses into their life. Like you'll be walking around at night and look into someone's house and see that they're watching TV, and you'll wonder like, I wonder why they're still awake. Or if you're like driving on the highway at like, you know, 4 a.m. and you see other people, or, you know. So my next series, I want to kind of explore that in the context of homes, where like, you know, there's these things that are very, very present. Like there's homes all over the place. You see some people's backyards. You see, you know, sometimes they have their garages open, and it's a very public display of a very private life, and we only get to see snippets of it. But sometimes you'll get a glimpse like inside, like at night when they're watching TV, and you just start kind of wondering about what their life is like, and like what they're all about, what they might be hiding. And that's what I want to explore with the series I'm doing after this one. I mean, I'm right there with you, so like I don't like walk right up to their windows and like look in, but just from the street, like you'll see them watching like a hockey game, or see them watching Jeopardy, or watching some documentary, and you're like, it's a cool little window into other people's lives. Yeah. And I get what you mean by feeling a little bit sad. And I think part of that sadness is like, you know, it's sort of like with video games, with RPGs, you have your non-playable characters, NPCs, and you're the main character. And in your own life, like obviously you're the main character, and everyone else is a non-playable character. But in this person's life, you're the non-playable character, and you'll never really get to, unless you get to know that person, you'll never get to sort of witness that side, the complexity of their life. So I think that's probably part of the sadness. Plus it's like just curiosity, and you'll never get to satisfy that curiosity. But yeah, I definitely get that feeling of sadness. I think the technical term for what I'm talking about is called sonder, like SONDER. And it's that whole concept of just, you know, everyone else has just as complex a life as you. And we're all just kind of walking around trying to make our way. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Okay, so right now we're basically just painting in the background color for this apartment building before we start laying in all the windows and stuff. Very, very simple and easy here. Nothing too crazy. There we go. And now we're going to go back in with the black and sort of redo these center areas that we started. But first, I'm going to take a little bit of gray and sort of just touch this up because I went over the line a little bit. So we're just going to touch this up. There we go. It wasn't too noticeable, but it was noticeable enough. There we go. All right, let me wash off my brush and then we'll go back in with the black. You know, if we play our cards right, because what are we, like an hour and 10 minutes in, we might actually be able to finish this apartment complex, this particular one today. I'm not going to go so bold and say that we will, but we might. All right, let me kneel down here and get a little. There, that's better. Get a little bit more control with the brush. Okay, so there's that one. Then we'll do the bigger one here, this larger section. Just like so. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. How long have I been working on this? Let's see. Let me look it up. When did I do the first stream of this? Sorry, just bear with me. I'm just bringing up my playlists here. We started this on October 17th. Yeah. Yeah. October 17th. So we're about, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours into this painting. Yeah, something like that. Oop. There we go. because I think this is the 6th stream that we've done of this painting. So after today, it'll be 12 hours into the painting. Which typically, like, when I'm doing a piece, I don't I don't work on it over a period of like a couple of weeks, just at like 2 hours at a time. But starting a painting on stream, like, I want to do it with you guys. I want to take you on the journey of everything that goes into the painting, even if it means like redoing parts of it. So this painting, like, I'm not working on it outside of the stream. So yeah. Plus, this painting, more than some of the others I've done, have a lot of like these intricate details of like getting perspective right, because there's buildings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we're just taking our time with this one, which there's nothing wrong with that, taking time. But yeah, it's weird. It doesn't feel like we started this on October 17th. It feels, at least to me, it feels much shorter. Like we've been working on it on a much shorter timeline. Yeah, I'm working through saving the older VODs as highlights, so that it preserves the whole VOD without it getting taken down. I just realized that you could do that yesterday. So on Twitch, my first 2 VODs are actually, they've been deleted. But my YouTube channel, which I think is linked on my profile, my Twitch profile, I save all the VODs there, and I'll eventually have actually, I think I do have a command, like if you do !social, I think it might bring up my link tree, and then like you can find my YouTube link in there too. That might work. I'm not sure if it will, but I set it up to do that. But yeah, my old VODs are on here, and then also on YouTube. I archive them on there as well. Oh, it might be, hold on. Try it again. I didn't activate it for some reason. It should work now. There we go. There it is. I'm glad it worked. I have a bad habit of setting stuff up like that and then forgetting to actually turn it on so that it works. So we're just painting this outside wall, just like so. There we go. And now, if you'll excuse me a moment, I'm just gonna have a quick little snack, since it's Halloween and all. All right. So, before we get started on these windows in here again, I'm just gonna grab wash my brush off. Just like that. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame. I'm surprised they're, like, do they open up later? Or, like, I'm surprised they're closed. But that is a shame. Because fish and chips are delicious. Yeah, that's strange. That's too bad. I'd feel like they do a fair amount of business on a Sunday. Okay, let's grab our ruler here and our charcoal pencil. Yeah. And we're just gonna, again, like we did here, just kind of try and match up with these apartments, like where these windows are gonna be. It's not gonna be anything too intricate, but I do just kind of want to lay them in just to make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah. When you were talking earlier about maybe getting a paint set, were there any particular paints, like types of paints that you were thinking about, or the kinds that you worked with before? Yeah, oil paint is fun. Yeah, I mean, starting out with a drawing is good too. Actually, that one's good because it has like for a lot of people who, unlike us, like haven't done any sort of art before. That's really nice because you can just draw. Like you have a lot more control with a pencil and paper. So it's not a bad starting point at all. I mean, that's what I started doing, like just doodling and all that kind of stuff. That's how I started creating. Okay. So I think I have the spacing that I want in mind. But yeah, oil paint is really nice. I'm personally especially a fan of like water soluble oil paint because you can actually wash that with a brush, or wash that with a brush, wash it with water. You don't have to get like paint thinner or turpentine or anything like that. Yeah, it's I'm not sure, it might be harder to find where you live, but I know here in Canada, there's a brand, Winsor & Newton. They have a water-soluble oil paint, which is sort of seen as sort of like I guess, maybe not beginner's oil paint, but like it's nice because you don't have to like use like harsh chemicals to actually wash your brushes and wash your palette. And it works just the same. It just, what you do need to do though is for your brushes, because they're oil paints. Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. With oil paints, it actually helps if you get like a bar of laundry soap, like an actual bar of soap, but for laundry, and then wash the brush on that with the water. It helps the oil paint come out of the brush a lot easier. But yeah, look up water soluble oil paint. It's much easier to work with in terms of like cleaning stuff. Much easier. It was fun when we would be doing like oil paint sessions in university. You could always tell it was oil paint day because the entire studio would smell like laundry soap. So I always thought that was kind of funny. Okay. I want these windows to be about the width of that, so let me start over here with that row. Yeah, they're harder to find. I didn't know they existed when I was in school until I actually went to go look for one. All right, let's because this whole row of lights is going to be on. Let's just get our spacing with this. There we go. That one got away from me a little bit, but that's okay. We can fix that later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8. I might have. Fair enough. I might have messed up that spacing. So we're going to go back over that with some black paint and go from there. Retry it. Because there's no shame in trying something again if it didn't work the first time. All right, sounds good. I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate you lurking. Sounds good. Yeah, man, you too. Nice chatting with you. So yeah, this little row I was just throwing in the lights here, and I got the spacing wrong, but that's okay, because it is fairly easy to cover up light colored paint with dark paint. And There we go. All right. So we're just gonna wait for that to dry, and then we will try it again. Because it didn't work out so well the first time. Okay. So. Oops. So I want all the windows to be like the window spaces. Like this here to here is about the same distance from here to here. So I want to do the same thing in this space. So about there, and there, and there, there, 5. Right? Yeah. This is about right. There we go. This isn't exact, but that's okay. It'll be close enough for what I want to do with the space. Yeah, and then 9. Cool. So that'll give us our baseline of the spacing for these things. Okay. And unlike this apartment building here, these windows that are off are going to be harder to see than these ones are, just because they're further in the background. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Just waiting for that paint to dry just a little bit, and then we'll go back in. So in the meantime, I'm just going to check my reference photo. And excuse the crunch. I'm sorry if you have mesophobia, but or misophonia. Like, it's like when you don't like the sounds of like there's certain sounds bother you, and for a lot of people it presents as like when someone's eating. That was just a very crunchy piece of candy. All right. So just checking the reference image, making sure that everything's kosher, and it looks like it. Yeah, I like how that's looking. All right. Okay, let's get back in here with some gray paint. And sorry I have to check the reference image off camera. Just where you guys are set up, the computer is kind of behind you, I guess. Like it's way over there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so again just fill in this space. windows. And we're going to do the same thing as we did here, the same concept. There's not going to be too many of these that are going to be on. Just because we don't want to draw attention away from other parts of the painting. There we go. Let's just check this from a distance. Yeah. There we go. And again, we're trying our best to keep the perspective consistent as we move down here. The one above this one's a little bit off, but it's okay. We will fix it in a minute. And we're gonna go back in with the black paint and like reframe these windows as well, so there's plenty of chances to fix things up. In terms of angles and all that. We're trying our best to do it live, but if we mess up, that's also okay, because we can fix it in a second. Yeah. Also, like a couple of these lights, or maybe just one, is going to be on, like there's going to be someone in that space. I'm just, what I'm doing is I'm just blocking in where I want these to be. Yeah, like so. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. And then we're going to go back over it with the black paint to actually frame it in. But yeah. That looks good. Then we'll do the same thing in this space, keeping it consistent with the other ones. Again, not caring too much if it's exact, because we can go back in and change it in just a second. To make it look all nice and pretty. Yeah. Because that is going to look a little off, but that's alright. Because now we're going to wash off our brush, wait for that to dry a little bit, and then we'll go back in with the dark black and just frame everything up with our meter stick. Okay, so just kind of planning out where it is I'm gonna paint on. Yeah, okay. And while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm just gonna grab another piece of candy. All right, let's bring this up. Again, excuse the crunch. So I'm just doing a very, very thin line here, coming all the way down. Just butt it up right against the meter stick. To give us a nice straight edge. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to do. It's always nice when you end up doing exactly what it is that you want to do on a piece. When it turns out exactly how you wanted it. It's very nice. It doesn't happen very often. Now this one's already pretty straight, but we're just gonna make sure that it stays that way. As we come down. Yeah, there we go. And now we move on to this one. There we go. It's not perfect, but that's fine. The important thing right now is making sure that these edges are just fine and easily noticeable. That's really what I'm caring about right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, and we're gonna, with our black still, come in here and square these up. While trying our best not to go over the lines that we just painted. You know, because that would just defeat the whole purpose. And I'm not in the game of defeating purposes, so. There we go. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna make that gray again. Kind of make these just like so. And then we're going to decide after we finish this, doing this particular segment, we're going to decide which tack we want to take in terms of like which windows are going to have lights in them, which ones aren't. And I think for this row, it's only going to be one of them that has a light on, I think. I think that's the direction I want to go. Yeah. So let's see how that looks. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay. So we're gonna wash off our brush and get some nice pure black, and then we're gonna go in between all the spaces on this row. Or column, I guess. It's more of a column. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna grab our black. It's pure black again. Okay, and we're gonna square these up to match what we did over here. As best as we can. Gotta stop kneeling on the cord for my lamp. I'm gonna knock it over and then that won't be good for anybody. I think I'm gonna make this this bathroom light on. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to repaint the background here just a little bit. Basically, I want to redo this line, but it'll be easier to paint the lighter color with the ruler over the darker color, just to make sure that it's consistent. So that's what I'm going to do. So we will line that up as best as we can, making sure that it's straight. Where I want our edge to be, and then we'll just lay this color in. want that a little bit lighter, just a touch lighter actually. Just for the time being, just to help indicate it a little bit easier. Yeah, that's more of the color I was going for. Just like so. Excellent. All right. Okay. So we've got that in. And now I just want to, oops, it's a little bit too much white paint. There we go. Add a little black to it, that's better. So yeah, basically we're just using a ruler here to mark out where we want the edges of these planes to be. Keep things nice and consistent. Yeah, just like so. Okay, and now I'm gonna do this edge again, just again to keep things consistent. We'll have it end right there. And we'll just go up and down, just blocking in where that line is going to be. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we're going to do that once again, just to fill in this just to redo this black line that's framing the windows. There. That looks pretty good. Then we're going to do it one more time. For this section over here. Just to really mark it as the border edge for this window section. Good, 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 good. I don't know why, but this particular song reminds me of the Shawshank Redemption. I don't know what it is about it, but it does. Which, if y'all haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend that movie. I mean, it's a very old movie. I mean, not very old, it was made in the 90s, but it's a very good movie. one of my favorites. It's also a way to see like a Stephen King, a movie based on a Stephen King novel or novella, I guess, that isn't scary. So if you're not a horror fan, which I'm a big horror fan, but if you're not a horror fan, then that works for you, because The Shawshank Redemption isn't scary in terms of like horror movie scary. It's not scary at all. Okay, so well, we've got like 8 minutes left, so let's put in some lights, and then more or less we're gonna be done with this apartment building, other than maybe like making a few touch-ups here and there. But on the whole, it should be we're pretty good. On the whole, we're pretty good. So, I'm gonna grab some white, some yellow again, mix those together, and a little bit of red. Make like a nice bright orange, and then we'll tame it out a bit with some more white. Make it a bit warmer but a little less orange. There we go. So we got like a nice peach color. And we'll get as much of the excess paint off of our brush again as possible, and we're gonna have this here. They're gonna have their bedroom window lit up and their bathroom window lit up, I think. That sounds like fun. And they don't have to be super bright lights. Like, I'm not painting this super bright, but just enough to recognize that there's a light on. In that space. There we go. So pretty, that's pretty good. Yeah. And then we'll do one more down here where just this person's bedroom light will be on. There. Beautiful. And then of course we got to do all the stairwell lights, because again, you want lights in your stairwell if you're in an apartment complex. You don't really need people stumbling down the stairs. That is multiple lawsuits just waiting to happen. So we're going to make this apartment complex nice and safe. Using just the very edge of the brush. We're just going down, keeping the spacing consistent. As consistent as possible, at least. Yeah. Just like so. like I've said before, some of these lights are going to be obstructed by trees in the foreground, so if it's not exact, that's okay, because it is definitely close enough for our purposes. And those look good. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then yeah, like a bunch of this is gonna be obscured by a tree. Like this tree here, it's gonna like extend over. But yeah, you know what? Oh, there's one more thing I have to do before we go. I have to put the center line between all these windows. Silly me. Let's do that right now. So with very, very little paint on the brush, we're just gonna go and do a very simple, very thin center line. Well, that one was a little thicker, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with a little thickness. There. I think that worked out pretty well. I'm just using my finger to just kind of like soften them a little while the paint is still wet, because there's not enough paint on there to really smear, but it'll just soften the look of them a little bit. So let's take a zoom in there and see how we're doing. Let me move my palette out of the way so I don't get my phone cord in it. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, this second apartment building is done, and there's just 2 more to go. So the next session, we should actually be able to get those 2 done. If today was any sort of indication on what we were able to get done today. All right, so since we're wrapping up here, let me zip this back up and make myself look more official, more officially in costume. Snap all these up. There we go. That's better. All right, so let me just move you guys back over here so I can say goodbye easier. Because now I can get myself and the painting completely in frame. Come on. So finicky. All right, there we go. So yeah, this is what we're working with the painting so far. We finished this apartment building, which is awesome because I always get worried doing apartments and stuff, like buildings, because it's like, well, I hope it turns out looking realistic enough. And in this case, I think it did. I think it did. Yeah. Let me move the meter stick out of the way. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's session. So yeah, just everybody, I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. If you don't celebrate Halloween, I hope you just have a fantastic day. And you know, I tried. This jacket is too warm. My goodness. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Yeah, and thank you for joining the stream. The next stream is going to be on Tuesday, again, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And hopefully we will see you all there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you all on the flip side.